What's going on, friends and soon to be friends? How's it going? And today's video we are going to be talking about a cool manifestation technique that you can use, and it's so simple and you can start today. It is called scripting. Let us get into it. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Monica, and on this channel we talk about all things spirituality, law of attraction, manifestation, self-improvement, self-growth, and anything else that relates to those topics. And we even do a few pick a card readings on here. So it's kind of a mixed bag, but it's all for the greater purpose of self-improvement. So if that sounds good to you, hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so that you're notified when I post my latest video. Hope to see you, hope you join. Thank you so much in advance, and here we go. So, scripting. You might have heard of scripting before. It is basically journaling, but in a past tense. So journaling like something has already happened for you. You've already experienced it. So it's basically writing out your life story. You're writing out the dreams and the desires that you want as if they've already happened. So the key to all of this is actually in 4 parts, at least from my experience. So what we're going to do today is we're going to just briefly talk about how this works to kind of get you in that mind frame and hopefully shift your perspective a little bit so that when you start scripting, when we actually go into the part of the video where we go through some of the prompts and the words that we should avoid and use, and some of them might surprise you because they don't necessarily seem like negative words when you first hear them. We're also going to be going through a few prompts so that when you do start scripting, hopefully this video can provide some guidance on where to start. So the key to all of this to actually work is, in my experience, 4 parts. The first one is writing in the past tense. And writing in the past tense programs the subconscious mind to accept it as actual truth faster than if we write it in future terms. So our subconscious mind starts to align itself with our emotional reality, and then therefore aligning our frequency and our vibration with that which we desire. So the science behind it is that our brain doesn't know the difference between visualization, imagination, and actual memory. So what happens is our brain starts to fire impulses to our neurons to perform the act. So when we're writing in past tense, it literally changes our physiology in our brain and in our nervous system, causing things to reprogram and shift and changing your vibration and changing your frequency and changing your reality. So everything works on an energetic level, therefore manifesting in a physical world. Think of it this way. If you've ever watched the movie The Matrix, which if you haven't, go check it out. If you've ever watched the movie The Matrix, there's a part in it where Neo opens up his eyes and he says,
"I know Kung Fu. Show me."
And then bam, he is literally a Kung Fu master. Although it doesn't quite work in that speed, at least not in our lifetime yet, it is the same idea. So the brain starts to fire these impulses in order for our neurons to perform the act. So that's why it's important to write in past tense. The next one is to feel the emotion. This is so important. Feeling the emotion. So drawing up these emotions within our body so that when we're writing, we are actually experiencing it on an emotional level. And this is going to take it to the next level, because what happens is that because we are all vibrating, we are all energy, our emotions have their own frequency as well. So there is a gentleman called Dr. David Hawkins, and he mapped out each emotion and their vibrational frequency. So The idea is with the feeling, the emotion as you're scripting is that you are changing your frequencies. You want to be in a state of excitement and joy and gratitude because this is the energy that will come back to you. Our emotions are kind of like smoke signals to the universe. Because they have their own vibration and energy, what you put out there, the universe will give back. This works positive and negative. And even though, for example, we might say, oh, I don't want X, Y, and Z to happen to me. Well, if we are feeling that emotion of fear or worry or stress, then the universe doesn't know the difference between yes, no, right, wrong. It just knows frequency and vibration. So it's going to respond to that smoke signal with the appropriate action. The third part is to be relaxed and lighthearted about it, okay? So when you're scripting, remember that this is something that you desire. This is something that you want and you're excited about it. But don't stress over if you're doing it right, if you're saying the right things, how it sounds grammatically, like who cares? Just write and be freehand about it and just let the ideas and thoughts flow. So when you're writing and you're in that constant state of flow, things will start to feel more natural, and then you'll really start to visualize everything you're writing down as if it was an actual memory, as if it actually happened, which goes back to the first point, writing in that past tense and starting to reprogram our brain to perform the act. And the fourth point of making this work, and this is also so important, is to let go. And this is probably going to be the hardest thing for you when you start scripting, and it was to let go not of the desire or not of what it is you want to manifest. Let go of the need to control the outcome, okay? Letting go of the stress and the worry of what if it's not real or happening. So when you're scripting and when you're done your scripting for that day, you need to just close up that book, feel good about it, resonate in those feelings, and then carry it with you throughout the day. You can come back to it and reread it and, you know, sort of fire up that engine again. Whatever you do, you need to let go of the desire, or not the desire, of the need to control the outcome. If the emotion of the worry and the stress is greater than the emotion of the joy and excitement, the negative emotion is going to trump those positive emotions. If you actually have a journal with you, grab a pen and paper and you can get started right now. It doesn't have to be a fancy journal. What's important is to start today. So the first thing you want to do is obviously grab a pen and paper. We already talked about. I grabbed this one from my local dollar store. I grabbed this one from my local dollar store, and it just says think, write, and create, and I thought it was clever and appropriate, so this is what I've been using. You can see it's not very neat. I mean, I'm not focused on, you know, how great my penmanship is here. Like, what is important is the words that I'm writing. What I did is I grabbed a journal, really cheap, a pen that is easy to write with. I know this sounds ridiculous, but if you're struggling with a pen and the ink's not coming out and it's not free flowing, then this is going to impact how you feel about the scripting. Trust me, it brings on a new type of frustration that makes you and puts you in a bad place. So grab a nice pen that writes well and is comfortable in your hand. You want to make sure that you're somewhere where you're not going to be interrupted or distracted, because you really want to give this your attention. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Make the time to do this. Remember, this is something that you want to manifest and create. You are creating your story, your life. So make sure you are giving it the time it deserves. And then you want to get comfy and start writing. So let's go over a few of the words to avoid and a few of the words to make sure you include. You want to include things that have affirmative action. So the best one to start with right away is I am. So start your sentences, or at least a few of your sentences, with I am, and then carry on from there. I am grateful for. I am truly blessed for. I am abundant. I am feeling overjoyed. We already touched on some of the words, but you can use words like overjoyed, incredibly, ecstatic, blessed, grateful, fantastic, quickly, abundantly, anything like that. Words that are very positive and very action oriented. Which brings me to words to avoid. Now, some of these you might disagree with, but hear me out on this right now. A word, for example, to avoid is the word hope. When you use the word hope, you're implying there is a possibility of it not coming through or coming to fruition. You are vibrating at a place where it's kind of sketchy, it's not sure, it can waver either way. Words like hope, want, and wish. Just scratch out of your scripting diary. What happens when we are using words like I hope, I want, I wish? We are signaling or we are communicating that we are in lack of. Therefore, this is what's going to be responded, okay? So even though we're saying, oh, I really want this, what it's really translating energetically to is, I don't have this, therefore, I'm gonna be longing for it, therefore, I'm going to receive more of that, which is nothing. So you want to use words that are affirmative and positive and already happening action-wise. And then there's the more obvious ones like can't or don't, anything with negative connotations associated with it. Even words like perhaps or maybe, scratch them out. Afraid, definitely not use words that are fear-based. So make sure when you're writing you are very clear. And it's gonna take a little practice, but remembering that last point of A, letting it go, and the third point, which is be relaxed, just chill. If you put one of these words in your scripting, so what? Reread it and just see how it sounds. If you find one of these words sneaking in there, just scratch them out. That's all you need to do, and then reread the sentence without that word in it and go back to feeling that emotion. So I'm gonna give you a couple prompts, just a few things I wrote down here, and I'll give you a couple examples of how to write a sentence. Right from my own journal, how about that? Some questions you can ask yourself when you are imagining or flowing through your scripting. So the first one you wanna ask is, where would you be working? What do you want to do? What kind of job do you want? Or your desired employment, okay? So what do you want to do career-wise? When you are writing about your job, you want to talk about the drive to work. How does it feel? Who's working for you? What kind of employees do you have? Are you working from home? What kind of clothes are you going to be wearing? Then if you're going to be talking about a house or a place you want to live, talk about the house. What kind of house? Talk about, is it brick? Does it have a single car garage? Does it have no garage? Does it have a 4-car driveway? What kind of finishes are in it? Is it a vintage home? Is it a contemporary home? Is it overseeing water? Is there a forest in your backyard? What kind of flooring do you have? What does your kitchen look like? What's your appliances? Get into these nitty-gritty kind of things. If you're writing about money and being financially free, well, that right there is a sentence in itself. I am so grateful that I am financially free. I am so blessed to be able to buy whatever it is I want, whenever it is I want. You want to talk about your finances as if it is completely free and unburdening. You want to think about the amount of money in your bank account, not right now, as if the amount of money that is in your bank account when you are living this life. Not if you are living, when you are living this life right now. The money is coming into your bank account. You already have the money in your bank account. You can relate it to your business or your work and how successful you are and how it is financially rewarding, and it is also emotionally rewarding, and how grateful you are for these things. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Just within the last few months of scripting, I'm already seeing a change, not only within myself, but in my external environment as well. And it is definitely proving to be rewarding so far. And it's that quick. So now I'm going to read you just a small section of my own personal scripting journal, just to give you an idea of what it is that I am writing. So this one I actually started with the word thank you. So most of them I start with I am, like I am so grateful for blah, 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 blah. Thank you for my beautiful home in the city that I want to live in. I love how clean it is. I love the 4 bedrooms and they all are generous in size for my family. I am so grateful for the open concept kitchen. I love the textured hardwood flooring and the beautiful deep rich brown color. I love the sunlight coming into the rooms. I love having an in-ground pool in my backyard. It feels so good to have a home where everybody can enjoy with me. So that was just a brief idea. When you're scripting, remember 4 things. Write in past tense, feel the emotion, be lighthearted and relaxed, and let go. So I hope these prompts throughout the video were helpful for you. Feel free to share, feel free to subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. I actually just started this YouTube channel very recently, so I would love for you to join and be part of the fam and manifest and share ideas and comment below and all that stuff. And yes, stay tuned for more videos. If you have anything else that you would like to see or any other manifestation tools that you would like me to talk about or demonstrate, feel free to comment below and we will chat soon, my friends. Much love to you all. Have a good one.